Hey there, this is the Resistor Vic podcast. I'm here to get folks thinking about politics as something that's really about regular people like you and me, and to realize that together we can make a difference. I'm Vic Myers. Welcome to the Resistance. Before I get to my guest, let's talk about a little bit about current events. So, between Renee Good and Nosferatu going on TV making threats against invading Greenland, and Venezuela invasion, the invasion of Minnesota by federal ICE forces, the Gestapo. I've played hell trying to make a video this week, but I am making a four, maybe 5-part video, because this has rekindled people coming into the comments and saying, what can we do about it? And I'm going to answer that question in four, maybe 5, I'm still working on it, videos that'll be coming out in the next several days. So please tune in. And speaking of Greenland, how do all them maggots feel about the peace president putting us in a situation where our European NATO allies are literally preparing for war with America? I mean, that's just unbelievable. Anyway, we might talk some more about that with my guest, Tom Yarns, who is the man behind the Stand With Ukraine t-shirts, a project that I'm very proud to support. Hi, Tom.
How are you? How are you, everyone? What's going on? Slava Ukraini.
Thank you for joining us. We're going to get into
for having me.
We're going to get into all this, and we will occasionally pull this up. This is how much money the sunflower shirt has raised as of this minute. And if anybody buys a shirt while we're talking, we will see it tick right there. So, Tom, why don't you tell us first about where the money goes?
Well, the Mista Dobra is the largest orphanage in Ukraine. It is not a state-funded orphanage. So I have to say the moment that I found out we were able to help, my mom is the reason why you're giving me the accolades. I have to give the accolades to my mom. Without her and her connections with Rotary International, this moment would have never happened. When the invasion happened, which is literally, February 24th, it'll be 4 years since that war crimes invasion. And since, we were both politically engaged, and my business is in the business of visual communications, my mom's like, we got to do something. And she told me that she had a connection with Ukraine. I'm like, how? And she's like, well, James Williams, the president of Rotary International, was directly connected with Rotary International out of Częstochowa, Poland. Mr. Wojciech Jankowski, the president, Poland, obviously very deeply connected to Ukraine and their sovereignty and their solidarity. So right away, it was a lot for me. I was a small business going, oh my goodness. So we went through the channels of Rotary, sent in our business credentials to Rotary International. They had everything cleared and gave us the okay to even use their brand logo while we were doing this. But I kept the mission geared towards this simple design that I created, because at the time, learning about all these tragedies, I didn't even know much about Ukraine, much less that the sunflower was the national flower. It was an interview that I saw of an elderly woman, and she had sunflower seeds, and she walked up to the invading army that told them that they were about to be unalived in their community. And she said, put these sunflower seeds in your pocket, so when your rotting corpse grows sunflowers, we'll know where the orcs stood that tried to take our land. And I was shell-shocked from this elderly lady's strength, her resolve, and it instantly brought it back home to me, to where we and what we are going through. And I just started tying it all together. And I just realized that this was something for me personally. It was special that my mom had that connection. So I wanted to make her proud by this whole entire project. And then to come to find that the orphanage that Mr. Jankowski of Poland was helping was the Mista Dobra. And when I found out how big this organization was and how comprehensive it was, and that it was not state funded, it was to me the humanitarian aid that is, I think, less talked about and almost forgotten, that there are citizens being affected by this tyrant, while that 34 times convicted felon in the Oval Office is placating to Vladimir Putin and trying to dismantle NATO all at the same time. And I just thought, wow, how could something so benign and simple as a sunflower do anything really at all, unless it's in the hands of ambassadors such as you, Vic? You know, so I thought to myself, having friends on TikTok, I need to give this a shot. And through the idea that you guys saw what I was trying to do, when you realized that this was a sizable donation being given directly. And
what is that donation?
Well, here's the chain of events. The first donation that we made was a $4,000 check that was written to Rotary International, and they used that straight to the cause, in Poland. The second one was because of the TikTok experience, and the TikTok experience blew me away. The community, the idea that we're not indifferent, that we do want to help, that this message does mean something. I was lucky enough through you and other people, my second wire was $21,780 directly to Rotary International yet again. Now, this was, for me, I was home. I'm like, okay, this project has arrived. Nothing could have felt better than to give that money away. It just seemed like this little business stuck down here in the trenches of a MAGA foothold. Like, I am in a very MAGA fascist state of Florida. And I felt like, I felt like something good was happening. So $21,780 later, my goal is now to get this in the hands of large creators with a massive following base, so that these numbers can really take effect, so that these children can hear us, they can see us.
And speaking of large creators, if you're on the TikTok, go ahead and share this live with your favorite large creator, Tizzy, Hawk, whomever, so that they can see how this works and what a great guest Tom makes. And before we go any further, I want to share with all of you, and I wish I could put this on the screen on TikTok, but you'll be able to hear it. So I was on Facebook this morning, and I saw a post by Marta Levchenko, who has been on my podcast also. She is amazing. She put this post up, and for those of you on YouTube, this is a screenshot from the video that accompanied this post. And I am going to try and read what she wrote. It was translated, so it may not sound perfect to all of us, because she's Ukrainian. That's her primary language. She doesn't know a lot of English. She doesn't write in English. She writes in Ukraine. So I'm going to read what she put with this video of this young boy in a hospital bed with a breathing tube in his throat. And this is what she wrote. I am supported by the most defenseless soul in the universe. How can I give up? Today, Ivanko, who himself does not breathe, on the ventilator, does not speak, does not talk. He is an orphan in ICU. Firmly took my hand. Once we were convinced he's in a coma and can't hear. And he opened his eyes when he heard me. He squeezed my finger and listened keenly to every word I said. And at the moments I asked, he closed his eyelids as if he agreed. Today, I suddenly felt his superpower beside him, or this superpower beside him, fighting for my children. She calls all of her kids at the orphanage her children. We are so short on donations, grants, programs. Back up. And here you find strength next to a child from whom only weakness was expected. This power is the children. Their most tender souls hold us, big and old, so that we don't fall, don't give up, don't get discouraged. Don't forget the most important thing, what we believed in childhood, for us to hold on. Sometimes I just need to have a tight handshake, hold, listen. Here in the butterfly house, that's where the butterfly house at the Mista Dobra is their hospital for the kids. You especially feel that it's the children who heal and sustain us. So often the words of support from my children at their beds actually heal me. My words of encouragement are boomerang back to me, because what could be more light, more loyal, and real than the timely lash wave of the most important boy in the world who does his best to let you know he is hearing and listening. This is a good sign he gives you, the sign that is forever with you. What can keep us here in this darkness, war, fear, and desperate struggle stronger than the squeeze of your finger by Ivan, or the smile of Michael, or hearing your voice, the raised hand of Zlatus? I can be endlessly scared because everything that is missing the city of good grows in me a gap. Construction simultaneously with blackouts, frost, resuscitation, and distant evacuations of children. But as long as we have ours today, as long as the children who need us have it, hang in there, dear ones. Taking a stand, let's gather all the strength and hold each other's hand tightly. I made it.
I didn't. Oh, man.
That is from Marta Levchenko, the woman who founded and runs the City of Goodness, or Misto Dobra. And that is where the $10 per shirt or per hoodie that Tom sells goes. Not 10% of profits or proceeds or whatever, but $10, which is an unheard of amount for any corporation. If you go to Walmart and they say donate to Timbuktu charity, they're giving a tiny percentage. Well, actually, they're taking your money instead of theirs. But when you buy something and it says proceeds go to children with feet, the proceeds are like 6% after all expenses. Tom is doing $10 for every shirt.
Hence the need for the round table of people that I feel like a Horton and Whoville down here. All right. So you guys have made this really, oh man, this is difficult.
So what Tom's trying to say is what would really help is if other large creators, ones who are much bigger than me, if they would get on board. I mean, some of them I've seen. I've seen pictures with Hawk wearing his sunflower shirt. Tennessee Brando I've seen wearing a shirt. Tom's got a page on his website there. If you scroll down, there are. I think this is the right page.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a creator page that I built. This is all brand new, by the way, because I want to pay tribute to you guys because you guys are the reason this whole thing exists. The casual user, the small creators such as myself, the up and coming superstars like Resistor Vic. But this is the tribute. I mean, that website, if you can't see what he's showing on YouTube right now, but the
I mean, on
website
TikTok.
is my pride and joy to you guys. And I mean, to see every one of these sunflowers and knowing it's going to those kids, man, and what they're going through. I mean, it's a human decision to be a tyrant. It's not a hurricane. It's not, God forbid, the big C word. But this is a human decision causing this tragedy. And it's like, well, I think we have a human decision to make here in this country. And this sunflower is a perfect reflection of our own patriotism. And I say that quite often. I think it needs to be a monolith. I think it needs to be a We Are Legion moment. And I think that no matter what music festival we show up at, no matter what dumpster fire we're fighting, there is an underlying current. And those children and those women and those pets that are living in bomb shelters, I'm sorry. I just want to be a team
I'm going
coach.
to give everybody else another reason. So last week, when we saw the horrible video of what happened to Renee Good, and on the same day, you had Stephen Miller going on talking about how we're taking Greenland, it's ours. And it was just a couple of days before that when we went into Venezuela. I mean, I was feeling, I wasn't thinking about each one of these individually. I was thinking about what this all means for our country, how far and how fast we're sliding into authoritarianism. And I was getting stressed out big time. One of the things that I do if I get too stressed is I look for a way to help somebody else. Because if I help somebody and the way that I help them costs me effort or money or whatever, if it's a help that I feel so that it's an actual sacrifice on my part, then that makes me feel better. So
It's the
I
most
actually
wonderful,
went,
selfish thing ever. It's the, you know what I mean? Like, if you want to do something self-centered, do something like that. I mean, if you want to feel good about something, I want this to be the anchor. That's all.
so I actually went to the Misto Dobra site and donated enough money that I felt it. And this on the screen there, am I sharing this on the screen? No, I'm not. Let me put this on the steer. This is the Misto Dobra.
Incredible.
Yeah. And you can see down here over 400 residents, 8,000 children rescued from social orphanhood. And they take in women and dogs too. Women who are fleeing domestic violence, or women who are widows because of the war, and they need help. A lot of the women there are elderly, and that brings in the rescue dogs, because helping the rescue dogs helps the elderly women survive. It gives them a
Absolutely.
comfort and a purpose. And there's so much they do. They have I said Butterfly House was their hospital. It's actually where the kids with terminal illnesses stay. It's just amazing. And they are dependent on donations. So having Tom doing what he does so selflessly, I was like, how could I not help something like that? You know? So that's why we're on tonight, because those kids, it's not for Tom. He's not getting rich doing this. It's not for me. It's for the Misla Dobra.
Do you know, when you mentioned the pets being a psychological help for the elderly, I have to say that from what I have heard Ukrainians say, they are grateful. Just like this, the sunflower being worn by a United States citizen, specifically because we've got someone in the Oval Office who's turned their back on Ukraine, on Western democracy. So it's kind of like a candle in a dark room that we citizens show the symbolic gesture. And money is absolutely important. And I'm suggesting that United States currency still has a nice exchange rate over there. So, every time we do this, we're helping them out because we are the most powerful country in the world. And now we're just being exploited by a tyrant. So this is our way to fight back,
And Tom just said that it matters to them over there, right? This picture if you're on YouTube, the picture that's on my screen right now, and I wish I could make it bigger, but this guy right here with a smiley face is a wounded Ukrainian soldier. He's covering up his face so that the Russians can't identify him. This guy right here is also a soldier. And you see what they're wearing. They're wearing the sunflower t-shirt. And I've seen other pictures, lots of people in Ukraine wearing these shirts. It
Indeed.
matters to them when they see this shirt and they know what it's about. So,
Indeed.
That
link is everything, guys. Take the link and share it. Make it yours. You can take it to other platforms. You can email it. You can text it. It's something that needs to be in the zeitgeist. And I think that once it hits critical mass, you won't hear much more of me talking. You'll just see me on a live feed printing $4,000 a day for Ukraine. Okay. That's my goal. I want to be able to maximize my infrastructure. I want to use the remaining revenue to build a local GDP here. This is Blue Dot. This is the way I can do it. And now that's all there is to it. I don't want to be in front of this message at all. I want this website. If you'll notice, my brand is not on it. Go, please, if you don't mind, show them the creators page that I just
hold on.
hit. Yeah, you got to see this little addition. It's great.
Here at the bottom, for those of you watching on YouTube, the website address is scrolling along the bottom, and as soon as it comes up again, I'm going to read it.
Are you talking about the panels? You can slide them fast if you want. You can click the arrows.
Hold on. I'm waiting for your website to come across the scroll on the bottom there.
I got you.
And it should be coming right here because I don't want to mess it up. So it's daggercustomapparel.com/Dagger stands with Ukraine. If you go to that, it'll get you to this website right here where you can see how much money is being raised. You can see there's Marta right there. Pictures of the kids that are being helped. The different shirts that are available. What did you want me to show them, Tom?
If you go up to the top, you're just going to see what it says on the address where it says creators. It says home, products, and creators. Yep. That's just a separate page. And I'm just paying tribute so you guys can just click and literally go. And if you don't know a particular creator, well, you click that button and you're right on YouTube. You're right there. Boom. And these are all people that have been a part of this program. And I am always hopeful that they will come back and see this for what it's truly worth within their community. I can put it bluntly. 1% of Midas Touch's group is worth $580,000 to Ukraine. Okay, that's how big this is.
1% of his following base is what he's saying.
That's right. 1% of the following base of Midas Touch, the group, the following base. That's a capture rate that is truly achievable. Okay, I have 31,000 friends and followers on my humble little channel. And collectively through Resistor Vic's efforts and others, being able to raise $30,000 means that's 3,000 shirts means I've technically reached almost 10% of my collective following base. So it's a humble challenge that the power of the community, that individual creators could rally around this and have that product. The ones that I'm asking, I hold the highest respect for. They are friends of mine that follow me on this page, minus Midas Touch. They don't follow me, but Tennessee Brando does follow me. Hawk follows me, and I am grateful for their contributions. I'm just trying to see that synergistic effort happen. What's coming up on the 4-year anniversary of this tragedy. So we're just getting started.
So I see a comment over here on the YouTube comments from Richard Maxson. My Stand with Ukraine t-shirt just arrived last week. Lots of positive comments at last protest event. And thank you, Eagle, for posting my video.
You're awesome. Thank you for that. Yeah, it's getting out there. People are seeing it. People are going to music festivals. It's important. But enough about that. We should talk about, what do you want to talk about, Rick? Let's talk about, let's talk about the Mista Dobra or Greenland, for, crying out loud. Where are we going with Greenland? I mean, what's up?
Yeah, Greenland. I mean, what? Like I said at the beginning, I wish I could just talk to some Trump supporters who voted for him because he was America first and ask them, what the hell do you think about this whole? I mean, we've got our literal NATO allies, the people that we went and fought fascism with side by side at Bastogne and Market Garden and Normandy. Our grandfathers fought alongside them in World War II. And now they have to make war plans in case the Great Orange Idiot decides to invade Greenland. And they are fully prepared to fight.
What happens to Article 5?
Oh, that's why they're preparing. Because our NATO allies are saying, look, Article 5, dude, you invade Greenland, Germany's putting troops there already. And
the irony.
I know. Switzerland sent a bunch of officers over today. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And the guy was in his big important meeting with all the oil execs, and he stands up out of the blue and walks over to the window to look out and talk about his ballroom that's not even there. The guy is knucking futs. Where is Congress? How can the Republicans in the House and the Senate be so afraid of somebody who is obviously mentally incapable of doing the job? Somebody who is angling for war. And then just today I read that the White House put out a statement, or somebody, about Putin's ready for peace, but Zelensky's not. F you, Trump. I mean, Zelensky didn't invade his own country with Russian troops.
Order of operations. Order of operations. It started with the invasion, the war crime invasion. The first time since 1949 was that type of military presence over the border of a sovereign nation. It's just,
right. Hey, Tom,
to me, isolationism. Go ahead.
I've got some comments over here on the YouTube side. Just got here from TikTok, bad echo over there. No sizes left. And Georgia Rose said no sizes left for women. No shirts available for women.
There's a woman's shirt there. There should be an availability. If there isn't one, I will have to check on that. But please try again if it's not, because women's shirts have been ordered as of the last 24 hours. I remember one being ordered. So it's just, if you scroll down, you'll see the one woman's cut. They're all the same design, but.
Okay. So I'm sure that as soon as we're done here, Trump's probably going to get on his computer there and make sure everything's squared away. So keep trying. Hopefully Venezuela keeps him busy enough so Greenland won't be a problem. Hopefully. Yeah, the problem is that the doddering old fool will get an idea in his head, and none of those people working in the White House have the ability to talk him down.
A cacistocracy.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that the military has been floating other options, trying to distract him away from the whole Greenland thing. But then I'm guessing Stephen Miller is the one behind it all. I'm guessing that
he's the Goebbels. He's the Joseph Goebbels of all of this. Yeah,
absolutely.
he's the architect.
If there was one person that I wish a meteor would fall on or walk out in a lightning storm in that administration, it's him.
Vic, what stuns me is the percentage of MAGA that I would suggest would be Zitler's wet dream, because you got to think about the level of denialism. It's almost sociopathic at this point when you're talking about having the video evidence of that poor woman, Renee Nicole Good. And we're looking at our modern technology being able to show you in real time, and yet still they have the ability to do what Christy Nome did and just run out and in real time, even with our modern technology at our disposal, which Zitler didn't have, and neither did the citizens of Germany have. So what I'm saying is, this is exactly next level cultism compared to the citizens of Germany when it comes to MAGA, because they are not only denying it, they're seeing the reality with the evidence, and still here we are having to battle them, saying, "Yeah, she shouldn't have, put that Gestapo license."
Can you turn the volume down just a little bit? See if that improves the echo.
Me? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty much off at this point. I mean, if can you hear me? I don't know.
I can hear you great. Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine on YouTube side.
Okay,
but
that's
TikTok,
all you
I think,
need.
is the problem. Okay.
Okay. Hopefully that makes it better. It sounds like we've lost a lot of people because of the echo over on TikTok. But where was I before I got distracted by the echo thing?
I'll get a headset next time.
The whole cult thing. I have to get a new barber. I'm about due for a haircut. The last time I was getting my haircut by the guy that's been cutting my hair for 20 years, it was right after Mom Donnie got elected. And he says, "I can't wait to see what happens in New York." And I said, "I can't wait to see what happens when they release the Epstein files." And he said, "Well, everybody's got skeletons in their closet."
Oh my God.
I was like, "Excuse me?"
Oh my God.
I said, "Yeah, I may have a few skeletons, but none of them involve doing bad things to children, for Pete's sake."
Did he just admit something to you? I mean, did he literally just admit something to you? I mean,
no, I doubt that, but I've always thought of him as a really good, upstanding. I mean, you're not allowed to cuss in his barbershop. Okay.
Yeah, well,
there's a sign on the wall, no profanity. And I've always respected it. He's a very religious man, but I'm like, how can that be your stance? Everybody has skeletons. That is straight up, like you said, cultism. I mean, it's just blows my mind.
When you remember in the House or the Senate when there was a curse word being reiterated because the mayor said, "Get the F out of our town," and then those people are like, "Oh, we got to refrain from using that word." I'm like, and then someone said, "Oh, your princess ears," and I'm like, "Hey, that's what I'm talking about. This is ridiculously obfuscating, and it's really cut to the chase. We're talking about some really heinous things here, and if you're going to be worried about a little vernacular, well,
yeah." So. Folks on TikTok, I see the comments about I'm the one that's echoing, and it's because I'm coming. Well, it's because I'm coming through your speaker on the YouTube side, and that's feeding into the TikTok feed.
So I'm going to take. Hold on, let me try something real quick.
Could your Steven Meets a Meteor please happen at Mar-a-Lago? Oh God, wouldn't that be glorious? Alpha Liberal here from Pensacola.
Do a sound check, please. How's that? Are we better?
Is that echo any better over there, Cheyenne?
Better. Sound check. 1 2 1 2.
No, the echo sounds like it's coming from your end, Vic. When you talk, that's when the echo is.
Right, because Tom has a Bluetooth speaker set up.
I turned that off. I'm now on my laptop
and it's
speaker.
Still echoing. Well, I don't know.
Radio check, radio check.
I think it sounds better.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
God, if you could go back 20 minutes and repeat.
All right. Take 2. Hey, John. When Johnny Strikes Up the Band says, "When I wear my sweatshirt at the festivals in Portland," I must have missed an earlier comment from Johnny. I'm perusing comments here. Have we had any questions pop up there on the TikTok side there, Cheyenne?
No,
Hi, Common Cause.
I'm just going to say a lot of bitching about the echo, but it's fixed now.
I'm really happy. Then I think ultimately that was me then with my Bluetooth speaker. So, yeah. You can blame me. Kick my ass. It's my fault.
It's so, let's see, Joyce De Silva says it's so freaking sad that the spineless Congress, Senate, and all but the 3 Supreme Court let this lunatic do whatever he wants. There is a karma. And you know what? Part of my 4-part series that I'm going to be doing is going to talk about what Congress can do. Because right now, in my view, the Democratic Party isn't doing anything but monetizing the downfall of our democracy. They're using it to say, send me $20 so that we can elect a majority. Then we can do something. Well, guess what? By the time November gets here, at the pace we're going, it's going to be too late. I've been watching the Project 2025 tracker. You can go to project2025tracker.com, I think. If you just Google Project 2025 tracker, you'll see it. And it wasn't 2 months ago when it was only at 48%. Project 2025 .observer. And now we're at 51%. So they are making their progress. Let's see if I can put it up here. Share screen.
It's like the bingo card for fascism on that Project 2025.
Yeah.
And yes, Democratic, there's a lot of Democrats that are established. They're just useless. They're feckless. And we need to do something about that because I'm really scared about that. I'm really scared.
But there is a lot that they can do. They can stop it. They can force the Republicans to negotiate. They can, and just before we came on, there's a Republican congressman in Nebraska who's not running for re-election because he can see the writing on the wall. But he was talking today, just today, as a Republican about impeaching Trump if he keeps moving towards this Greenland nonsense. So this is the first time we've had bipartisan talk about impeaching Trump. So
we need it. We need
who knows?
it.
I mean,
Article 25. I want to hedge the bet. What comes first, the impeachment or Article 25?
I think the first thing that'll come before either of those is probably a McCoronary.
A what?
McCoronary.
Please educate me, sir.
McDonald's coronary.
Okay, I'll be back in a minute. All right, here I am. Oh my goodness.
I mean, what if we just start? Well, I better not say that. I'll get in trouble on TikTok.
Coronary.
Seriously, how can the guy? His physical condition is terrible.
It's bad.
His mental condition is falling off a cliff. How can he keep going? I don't see how he survives natural causes through the end of this year.
Yeah, no, it's entropy at its finest. You know, it's like, let it just decay away. Let it just
yeah.
Let us be in the newspapers like the old times and go, hey, Martha!
You remember during his pathetic birthday parade when I think it was shortly after when China had their big parade and showed him how it was done. And
Yeah.
then there was the supposed hot mic moment with Xi and Putin walking up that ramp. First off, you don't get a hot mic around Putin or Xi unless they
No.
want you to. They had it as they were walking uphill and talking, and then they said something about how they were their medical technology, they're doing things so people can live forever. You know that they were saying that just to goad Trump. I mean,
Yes.
they toy with him. They laugh daily at this guy. And I
He's the
still get
useful idiot.
maggots in my comments talking about what a great guy Putin is. It's like, really? Come on.
That's disgusting because again that ties me back to isolationism and the reason why we shouldn't be involved with NATO because they're way over there across the ocean. I'm like, you guys are living in like what are you, Christopher Columbus? I mean, what the ocean is it too big for you? We can't have an economy in a global economy. I
Or
don't.
how about the Orange Ignoramus's argument for wanting Greenland? To keep Russia or China from getting it. I was trying
And
to make a graphic for this tonight, but I couldn't figure out. I'm not that good with creating graphics, but I did do some a little bit of research. And if you're in Beijing, if you fly west, or if you fly east, or if you fly over the North Pole, either one of those directions, it's roughly the same from Beijing to Greenland. So they're literally on the opposite side of the world.
yeah.
And the big orange dummy thinks that China is going to invade Greenland.
And
Really?
he's like, and we don't want them to be our neighbor. I'm like, yeah, okay. Well, Russia and Alaska, what? The Bering Strait is how? What?
Yeah.
He doesn't. He's clueless, and that's
And
so embarrassing. That is
it
so
is.
dangerous, but it's so embarrassing.
It is going to take so many decades for America's reputation to recover from Trump as a
If
president.
ever, it won't be in my lifetime.
Can't have Greenland. You didn't finish your Venezuela.
I just we were talking in the comments. He's not giving up. We're not giving up. But Mike in Colorado says
Hi,
that
Mike.
he's got things that we can. We're interested. Mike, you're up.
Sorry, hey, I was just, Vic, I'm a huge fan of yours. I have followed a lot of your videos. And yeah, this whole conversation is absolutely terrifying as far as, for context, I'm a UK US dual citizen. I lived in the UK for 20 years, and then I moved to the US. I've lived here now for 13 years, dual citizen. But I think what a lot of Americans don't understand is the idea of fascism and what it is. When I speak to my fellow Americans, it tends to be a lot of these are the evils of communism, these are the evils of the left, but nobody seemingly understands the evils of the far right and where that can take us. To the point where, right now, the Trump administration and others can say, hey, the left wing right now is expressing fascism. And it's like, are you serious? In the sense of that is a historically and political science that is a far right ideology. But then we have people Trump and JD Vance and Stephen Miller who will very clearly and plainly say that the left is promoting fascism. And it really, as as a European who became an American, it is so just confusing to me. I fully don't understand it.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, hold on just a second. All right. We got 45 minutes on my YouTube live here, and that's more than enough for my podcast episode and to try and do both of these at once. So I'm going to end my live stream on YouTube. For those of you who came to listen tonight, thank you so much. And let's see. What am I doing next week? Where's my notes? Next week, I am going to have Sandra Van Scotter. She is a candidate for Congress in California 20. I don't know a lot about her yet, but I'm going to learn a lot about her, and she will be my guest. If you're in California and you want to learn about Sandra, then come join us next week. Even if you're not, because part of what I'm going to talk about in my series of videos this week are coming up is we need to stop electing anybody that's already there. No more incumbents.
No more incumbents. That's it.
The incumbents got us to where we are. So, having said that, over here on TikTok or YouTube, thanks for making me a part of your day. Good day.
Love you, Craney.
Well, folks, looks like we're back at the barn and it's time to call it a day. I sure do appreciate you spending your time with me. If you want to help keep this podcast going by supporting me, you can get a paid subscription on Substack, where I'm Resistor Vic. Or if you're the type that'd rather go to PayPal, I'm also resistorvic@gmail.com. Thanks again.